Nguvu Y'all, and welcome. I am IndiGolden, and this is The Buzz, where we see what the buzz is all about with Black entrepreneurs that you can trust and support. We always appreciate having Black entrepreneurs come through to show love and share their story. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Nguvu, y'all. And welcome to The Buzz, where we see what the buzz is all about with Black entrepreneurs that you can trust and support. Today, we have the pleasure of having King Pharao on here. Welcome, King Pharao. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good. I appreciate and excited for you to come today to The Buzz. So I see that you like to go by King. So what's your business name?
Phararo Lifestyle.
Yes, and what do you specialize in?
Mostly Egyptian and Hindu type culture. I do touch on some Japanese and Aztec culture, but I've been studying Egyptology for like the last couple of decades. So like I'm very in tune with my spirituality. So that comes out in my clothing and in my poetry and my writing and all of that. So it's a part of my creativity.
Yes, I like that because you're down to the root, to the beginning. You know, the beginning of all Aboriginal people. So I like the saying the Aztecs and Egyptian lifestyle. I love that. That's beautiful. And I also heard your poetry before, and you definitely know what you're doing. You know how to speak to someone's heart and mind. So that's what's up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. When did you start for a lifestyle, and then what keeps you motivated? Like, what keeps you motivated?
Well, I actually started it in 2008, 2019. I actually started the concept for it. I didn't officially get it off the ground till like early 2020. It's been a work in progress for maybe about 3 years though. I'm a epileptic, and there's not a lot of people out there who are who have my condition that publicize their illness. So I wanted to give a message behind every picture and every drawing or design. So most of my designs either speak for themselves or they have a message behind them. So it became a part of my voice. So my epilepsy became a part of my voice through my clothing brand.
Definitely. And that's peace, that you found power in that. And what's your favorite messages that you have?
My favorite one is the original one, knowledge with time comes progress.
Yes, I like that.
Everything is a process, you know what I'm saying? I've been counted out on numerous occasions, on numerous platforms. I've been doing online radio for over 10 years. And, so when I found Live Me, that just sort of opened the door for me to actually get my face seen. And I made some positive connections. I made some negative ones, but that comes with the territory, as you know. But one thing that I did notice is that I was initially very nervous to get on camera. It was shocking because it was like having stage fright without actually being on stage. But I loved it though. Like I loved it, and it didn't take me long to get into the groove of it. And then maybe like 2-3 months after that, I started my jewelry line, Culture Creations, and I started doing beaded jewelry and different medallions within the same field, with the Mayan, Aztec, and the Japanese and Egyptian culture all mixed in, the different colors, the different symbols, so on and so forth. So everything takes on its own meaning.
Yes, but that's beautiful though, because it all still goes down to the original message too.
Right.
And then what inspired you and kept you going, keeps you going?
My thirst for the true meaning of creation. A lot of people don't really understand that religion is man-made. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a prototype. The Bible becomes a prototype for existence. And, I had to get outside of the Bible to find the truth. So I researched and I researched and I researched, and I probably picked up about 25 Bibles along the way. And each of them had the same general message with just a little tweak of its own individual history, which was the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of the Dead, the Torah, the Talmud, the Quran. They all had the same general message. They just had their own little spin on it. But they all believed in one divine creator. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But because of the religious aspect of it, a lot of the history is diluted and misplaced, because we as a culture decide to demonize one another versus embrace one another. So through my clothing line, I wanted to bring all of that back together. I wanted us to see the beauty in each other's culture. So I started tapping into, my Mexican friends and my Latino friends and my Cuban friends, and like, yo, what are some good symbols? And they're like, yo, use the Incas, use the Aztecs. And I'm like, okay, so tell me a little bit about it. So I would go and do some research and stuff. And they were actually some pretty cool people. Pretty savage too, but cool people nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. I know that's right.
And it got to the point to where it was like, each culture that I found out about, I found out why they did what they did with, the way they masked things up. And then I started to figure out why people in the Bible took certain books out of the Bible, because they didn't want certain stories to be told a certain way. So, at that point, I just began, to put it all together. And I was like, well, shit, if I can be a pharaoh, so can a woman. So can a little boy. So can a little girl. They can all be pharaohs, because we all can be leaders. We can all set our own trend. We as long as we set our path. So that's what kept me going. That's what kept me motivated. That's what kept me pushing me in the right direction. And I'm still pushing people in and out of my way. It's a daily grind. Sometimes, you find people you connect with instantaneously, and other days you find out that you have to get rid of people. And it's hard because you build relationships with these people, whether it be business or personal,
Yeah, definitely. That resonates with me too. Your journey, especially when you said the youth, they're pharaohs too, they're queens and all that too. So I like that. Do you consider your business an online business?
At the moment, yes. But it originally started as a vinyl and screen print business. The pandemic really took a hit to my business, you know what I'm saying? So like I had to go third party. But probably towards the beginning of January, well, right now, my website is going through reconstruction. So I'm gonna have a lot of new material on there by the beginning of January. And once I do that, people will be able to get my book. They'll be able to get my jewelry. They'll be able to get the clothes. I just created a new pair of shoes on the website. So there's a pair of like what do you call them shoes? All-Stars. They're like a pair of All-Star for women. Mm-hmm. The Pharao logo on the shoe.
Oh, that sounds dope. That sounds nice. How do you promote your business?
Online, Facebook, Instagram. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, oh gosh, Blog Talk Radio. I mean, just it's a lot of different platforms. So many. I actually did an interview on another podcast a couple weeks back, and it's just been like a journey overall. Eventually, I'm gonna actually get to this point where I'm gonna start my own podcast of my own. But the clothing line has been my focus because there's not enough reach to the community when it comes to, being culturally sound. And I'm not just talking about like white people versus black people, but just like overall, like human race. We gotta stop culturalizing people, and we gotta put away the color. In other words, put away the color. It's always been reach one, teach one. It's always been that way, but we stopped reaching and stopped teaching. We just said, well, the hell with it. We'll just put some shit online and let them learn. And if they don't get it, then fuck it. We still getting paid. And that's the school system today. So now we have to teach our kids through, history and through what they wear and what they listen to on the radio and the games they play on their Xboxes and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree to that. Definitely. I think what they're seeing is not benefiting our youth at all when it comes to just regular TV and stuff. So you're definitely right about that. What are some things that you're looking to accomplish?
Looking to take this to a point where people recognize the brand somewhat like the Black Panthers. You feel what I'm saying? I want it to be like a revolutionary thing where people can say they can throw on a Pharao shirt, you know what I'm saying, and feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it stands for something other than just being, a culture-based business. I want to have the Puerto Rican flag, the Colombian flag. I want to have all that stuff integrated into my business eventually, because I want everybody to get a piece of the pie. Cubans have been making clothes for the United States for decades, for like pennies on the dollar, and got no recognition for it. Japan, same thing. India, same thing. Mexico, same thing. And like our people, like our ancestors literally make hand woven cloth, you know what I'm saying, over in Africa, and can't get that shit to the United States for manufacturing. Right. Like, which makes absolutely no sense. So we have to have a way to speak to the cultures.
Yes, you're right. And if you could teach if you can teach an aspiring entrepreneur one thing, what would it be?
Take your time. Take your time and plan things to your design. So when you take it to somebody else, they can see your vision as deeply as you do. Even if they disagree with it, you know what I'm saying? Let your vision be seen. Because at the end of the day, all they can say is no, whether they choose to invest in you or not. You know, I just recently bought these relationship cards, and they're inspired by this black married couple. And I support a lot of black-owned businesses, and you know, the cards are like flying off the meat rack, like online. Like they send me a new email of a new deck they got like every 2-3 days. They're making new decks because people are buying these things up like hotcakes. And that's how I want my clothes to be. I want my clothes to be able to just fly off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have anybody backing me. I'm doing this all out of my backpack or off my website, you know. So it's a slow grind, but I say, you know, you're never too old to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're willing to take the risk and invest in yourself and have faith that things are gonna work out, you know, they will.
Yes, definitely. Are you looking for any resources right now for your business to help it grow?
I am, but because of licensing issues, you know what I'm saying? It's hard because people want to know how much revenue you've made and how much this and how much that. And they want to know how much the money they would have to invest to make your business successful. And unfortunately, being that this is a Republican country, you know, even though we're democratically run, you know, a lot of the manufacturers, a lot of the supply chains and foreign traders, they all deal with the Republican Party. So if you want something made or if you want something endorsed, you gotta get them on your side. You know, you got some Democrats who dibble and dabble in fashion, but very few. Right. And it comes down to the politics of it. You know, will people buy it based on your design, or will they buy it based on, you know, the name? It's all about pushing the boundary. You know what I'm saying? Giving people what they want. You know, you have to start somewhere. You know, you got to crawl before you walk.
Definitely.
You know, and I'm just that person. I don't have a problem crawling. I'm just not groveling. You know, I'm not gonna grovel. And I don't believe anybody should be doing anything for free unless it's absolutely beneficial to you.
Definitely.
If it's beneficial to you, then by all means go for it. But if it's not beneficial to you, then I think that a person needs to ask themselves, what are they doing it for?
Definitely. Yeah, because I definitely want to ask you one of the last questions is what would you like to leave the viewers with a message when it comes to Pharao lifestyle?
It's just that it's a lifestyle. It's not just about fashion. It's about living upright. It's about living your life to the best of your ability. Pharao lifestyle is the freedom to be a free spirit and know that whatever you believe in is yours, and nobody take it away from you.
Yes, that's peace. And I do want to make sure that you know that we always have resources on the YouTube page, but I want to end this interview with giving you a $75 voucher for our services. We create content and help with entrepreneurs, you know, get that step forward, get one step forward. So I would like you to utilize that so you can get more things for your business as well. And then also for those who want to support Phararo Lifestyle, I will be putting his links in the comment of this video and the description of this video. And I also want to thank everybody for joining us today on the buzz. And then also don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow our YouTube page. And then I want to tell you Nguvu. And Nguvu means power, and power is what the Aboriginal people, the Black people, will have, and that's what we manifest is power. So I would thank you again for joining us, Pharao. Or King.
It.
Yes. And I hope to have
that.
you again on here soon.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Ashe.
I say.